Dzień dobry, witam bardzo, ale to bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym epizodzie Zagrajmy w Starfield. Pomnik trwalszy niż ze SPIŻU. Rozmawiać z Wiktisem. Spoko mordo. No problem. Przepraszam. Gdzie jest ten? Wiktis. Alpha Centauri. Jameson. Loża. Nowa Atlantyda. Dobra. I co my tu mamy? Mam jakiś status. Odmrożenie poważne.
I always thought New Atlantis was the safest place in the world.
What? You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep... Okay... No...
To z powodu odmrożenia mam taki ten? Przyjmowanie obrażeń zmniejsza o 2. Okej.
Private sector.
Dzielnica w NATO. Wait, tu jest wejście? O, skrót. Nice. Jak rozumiem, wraz z czasem to odmrożenie będzie znikało, tak? A jak usunąć? Nie wiem. Trochę odmarzłem i wielkie Michalo, naprawdę. Serio. No elo. No siema, mordo.
When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for?
Bez gierek. Dyplomacja.
How could you... Isn't this interesting? You know you've proven far more clever than I had anticipated. You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The terramorph attacks on 𝗏𝘗𝘁, New Atlantis, my doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I. Figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian. Learning to synthesize it. Use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
Okej. Zróbmy save'a, w razie jakby była jakaś afera.
So, how could... You want to hear the... I did it. Year. Now.
Empatia. To oczywiste. Jesteś wściekły za to, co zrobiło ci ZK. To małostkowa zemsta, nic więcej.
Oh, my revenge was far from petty, Captain. The attacks were discovered the plant. I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
Mm. A. Trzeba było przekazać te informacje, zabezpieczyć, żeby nikt nigdy nie skorzystał z okazji.
It's easy to judge now, but the Freestar Collective had spies everywhere. In that moment, I wasn't about to add another dangerous variable to an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the 𝗖𝗍 to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found 𝗏𝘁𝗏, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald 𝗏𝘁𝘁𝗏, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
Okej. 𝗏𝘁𝘁𝗏𝘁𝘁. Dlaczego to nazwisko brzmi znajomo?
Can't remember the many lives you've taken. 𝗏𝘁𝘁𝗏𝘁 was the man whose death you brought about around the moon of Etheria, the pilot of the Warlock. The man I had to eliminate, to hide my secret.
To był błąd. A więc mam po tobie posprzątać? Pewnie masz się za wielkiego spryciarza.
Captain, please. You've benefited here as much as I have. Maybe more. It's why I had 𝗏𝘁𝘁𝗏𝘁𝘁 reprogram 𝗏𝘁𝘁. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and 𝗏𝘁𝘁𝗏𝘁𝘁 success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and 𝗏𝘁𝘁𝗏𝘁𝘁 once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday.
Jeśli czekasz na podziękowanie, to trochę na nie poczekasz.
I'm simply looking for you to acknowledge the truth. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of 𝗏𝘁𝘁𝘁𝗏𝘁𝘁's role in the attacks to the Cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. Tell them that it was 𝗏𝘁𝘁𝘁 and 𝗏𝘁𝘁 alone.
Kurwa, i co, okłamać?
I do still have a long list of threats to the 𝗖𝗍. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
jest jakaś gierka. Uważam, że tutaj moglibyśmy pójść w to by się nam opłacało. Ale chyba są takie jakieś większe wartości niż te kłamstwo.
That is a pity, Captain. But I'm in no position to negotiate. Though we needn't be enemies, you and I. Just think about the opportunity I've provided here. There are more on the horizon. If you do the right thing.
Te. Spoko, tylko że... Oj, nie. Proszę mnie nie atakować, ja tylko przypadkiem te drzwi chciałem złamać. No nie pójdziemy w tą stronę. Uważam, że te gierki, które się tu dzieją, nie posłużą nam zbyt bardzo. W sensie na dłuższą metę to chodzi o te pewne wartości, które chcemy przetrzymać, które chcemy stworzyć. Niektóre te, których chcemy się pozbyć. Uważam, że te wszystkie takie gierki, ukrywanie prawdy, wielka konspiracja, to nie służy nikomu tak naprawdę. W ostatecznym rozrachunku my chcemy się tego pozbyć, a nie to rozwijać. I jeżeli będziemy dalej to rozwijać, to nie będziemy mogli przejść dalej.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the 𝗖𝗍𝗍𝗄 are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant?
𝗏𝘓𝘓𝗃𝘓 przyznał się do winy.
I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he say why he did it?
Wygłosił wiele wzniosłych stwierdzeń, ale w głębi duszy pragnął zemsty.
Killed all those people because of a chip on his shoulder and an obsession with his own status. That sounds like 𝗏𝘓𝘓𝗃𝘓. Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again.
Zasługuje na karę.
Exactly. Bring justice to everyone he's hurt.
No.
So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet thinks of it all. Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the terramorphs.
Microbe is gonna make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant, and then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet weigh in. See if they have a preference.
Dobrze.
And here we go.
Przemów do rządu. Hello, rząd.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances.
No niestety.
But according to Hadrian's report and the second one I just received, it seems the terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
Zgadza się, to był celowy atak.
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlais commit these attacks, Captain?
Or 𝗨𝘗𝗍𝗍.
Ten raport nie zawierał całej prawdy. 𝗨𝘗𝗍𝗍𝗀 pomagał, ale to 𝗏𝘩𝘓𝑖ctus zorganizował ataki.
It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Sinon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
Otwórz fragment awaryjnego nagrania.
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with 𝗏𝘓𝑉ictus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately.
Proszę prosić o darowanie mu życia, w końcu pomógł nam w walce z terramorfami. To jest prawda. Pomógł nam. Natomiast cel był niesłuszny. W sensie... Ale wciąż pomógł. A też pomógł w czymś, co też samemu stworzył, nie? Ten problem jakby on wytworzył i on go rozwiązał. Magiczne. Okej. Co się z nim stanie?
That will be up to the cabinet to decide. But I don't appreciate our mercy being taken advantage of.
Cokolwiek postanowi rząd, będzie dobrą decyzją. Raczej nie, ale okej.
It's well past due. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the 3 of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Uważam, że zabezpieczenie latarki powinno być też zaangażowane na frakcję.
Tell the Freestar Collective. Wow. So they have another tool to utilize against us?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value here.
Pokazałoby to kolektywowi, że ZK nie planuje potajemnego wykorzystania tej rośliny w przyszłości.
That is an interesting idea. A grand gesture to further display this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
The observers on Mars have proven such a gesture can bear fruit.
So, you want us to make nice with the collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the 𝗖𝐶's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni. Very well. We'll get the collective involved in the management.
Słusznie.
Thank you for the suggestion,
Nie ma
Captain.
problemu, mordo.
So then, to our final topic. The cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also 𝗨𝘗𝗏𝗏 presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The 𝗨𝘗𝗏𝗏s are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps. The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
Przecież mam pytanie dotyczące tych metod.
Please, ask.
Jakie są zagrożenia związane z przywróceniem Acerii?
I can feel this one. While intimidating creatures, certainly, 𝗨𝘗𝗏𝗏s are docile unless provoked. They're honestly closer to oversized mobile scanners than deadly predators. The concern is that, while all proposed methods will be long-term efforts, the 𝗨𝘗𝗏s are the slowest. Slow to breed, slow to deploy. We do everything we could to accelerate that process, including mustering some of our mothballed cloning technologies. But if we do elect to use this method, we'll be doing things at the pace of a megafauna, which is not an expedient one.
Okej. Jakie jest ryzyko realne, że ten mikrob może spowodować problemy dla ludzi i innych gatunków?
Infinitesimally low.
But not zero.
The chance of a starship landing on you as you sit here isn't zero, yet you still attended.
To jest prawda.
My fear isn't mutation, but Terramorphs developing a resistance. But that's something our group can continue to address if we decide to take this approach, as I believe we should.
Okej. Czy inne frakcje będą miały jakąś rolę do grania w tych działaniach?
This won't work without them.
Exactly right, ma'am. The Interstellar Affairs Office has already begun reaching out to worlds throughout the settled systems, informing them of the risks we're all facing, and that the UC has a plan to prevent what happened on New Atlantis from happening elsewhere. Thus far, the response has been overwhelmingly positive. The spirit of mutual cooperation displayed between the UC and the Freestar Collective in managing the Terramorph data set a good tone for the work we're doing, Captain. We expect we'll hit some resistance, but our office has plenty of carrots and sticks to ensure the program's widespread success.
Kto to będzie wcielał w życie metodę, którą tu tutaj wybierzemy?
The responsibilities will be spread across multiple branches of the UC. Research and day-to-day administration will be handled by a new group under the Science Division. All diplomatic concerns and coordination will fall to Chief Yassine in Interstellar Affairs. But most of the actual on-the-ground work, that'll be handled by the Vanguard.
Ja mam więcej pytań?
Very well. Then did you have a preference on the method we should deploy?
Uważam, że terramorfy wyrządziły dość dużo szkód. Mimo że wcześniej tak zastanawiałem się, że raczej lepiej 𝗨𝘗𝗏𝗏𝗏 stworzyć z powrotem, ale jeżeli to ma być tak powolne, to terramorfy mogą w tym czasie wyrządzić dużo szkód dla reszty miejsca i nie powinniśmy zwlekać. Skoro wiemy, że lazarytka może po prostu stworzyć terramorfa gdziekolwiek, to uważam, że trzeba zaufać nauce.
Glad to see someone's not afraid of a little applied genetics. The Science Division is in full agreement.
And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Co to znaczy?
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Kim jest obywatel pierwszej klasy?
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives to the United Colonies, or done great things for its cause. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, an additional reduction on the cost of colonial goods. And I'm told the penthouse is rather impressive.
Dziękuję.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sanan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
And as a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you, Captain, will have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, 𝘬𝘁, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
Nice. Głębiej w nieznane. O, czyżby ten wątek frakcyjny? Skończyło się. Zjednoczone kolonie to jest skończony wątek. What the fuck? Komandorem byśmy jeszcze porozmawiali. Kurwa, nie tędy. Nice. To wszystkie loadingi. Wow, kto tak biegł? Jezus, nie biegajcie tutaj. A, tu jest ta winda. Siema, mordo, pamiętasz jak mnie zrekrutowałeś?
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain.
Thanks, mordo. O co chodzi z tym tytułem w ogóle?
It's a high honor. Have to do something big for the colonies to earn that sort of designation. Only ever met a couple myself, and certainly never given one orders. You should be real proud.
Spoko. To co mogę zrobić?
Luckily, I'm one step ahead of you. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All 𝗖ście goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the 𝗏𝗏𝗏 Realty office. They should be able to grant you access.
Okay. No dobra. To hojne.
Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment. There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use defending 𝗖ście space. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any, new alien threats on the horizon. Any of those missions call to you?
Mój moment został spełniony, komandorze. Chyba wezmę sobie trochę wolnego od obcych.
Of course. You've earned some R&R. Once you're rested up and ready to head out there again, you come see me.
Okej. Dobrze. Nie no, to też na razie ten wątek jest skończony. No kurde, ile można tutaj łazić. Fajnie, terramorfy, ha. No ale temat IMO jest załatwiony po prostu. A, właśnie. O, dzielnica handlowa. Liczmy zobaczyć, co tam jest fajnego. Galbank, 𝗖𝘵 Distribution. O, chyba odmrożenie mi skończyło się, super. 𝗖𝘵 Center. Distribution Center. No właśnie.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90% or higher. Welcome to 𝗖𝘵 Distribution.
Co tam masz fajnego?
Oh, well...
Uzbrojenie. Fajne. Kurde. Fajna sprawa. O. 120. Strzelba. 6 naboi. Fajna. Dawaj tę amunicję. Amunicja się zawsze przyda. Plecaki jakieś fajne? Nope. Miotane rzeczy nie potrzebuję. Apteczka spoko, bandaże nie. Części do statku. O, część do statku wezmę. Zasoby oczywiście. Jeżeli chodzi o sprzedaż, do tego bym się pozbył. Skafandry, tu wszystko mam po jednym.
Right. Come back if you need something else.
A i teraz jestem przeładowany. No super. Nie ma problemu, mordy. Outland. Tam nie wiem, coś tam do mnie gadają, ale kij z tym. Mapa powierzchni. Dzielnica mieszkalna, loża. Coś tam w natu. Barmanka, nowa dla... Jezu, to jest w ogóle losowe. Mapę tego bym chciał. Tu był jeszcze jakiś inny sklep, nie wiem który. Outland. Chyba nie. Coś o wyglądzie też chyba nie. Co to jest? Terra Brew? Nie.
That neon fella. I missed it. How'd it go?
Może tędy się szło? Ja pierdolę.
Welcome. If you're looking for the best cut of meat in the settled systems,
proszę o menu.
I guarantee you won't.
Teczki. Bagietki chyba to była. Niech będzie. Woda gazowana. Super. Dzięki, mordo. Nie jest to miejsce. Gdzieś indziej to było.
Talking it. You have another story for me? Back to the grind.
Unfortunately, you'll need to contact someone directly if you need to schedule an appointment.
Kurwa, nic nie widzę przez te wahania nastroje kryptowaluty. Galbank? Może Outland? No, zobaczymy. Nie, chyba nie.
You're only as safe as you're... Yes, by all means.
Co tam masz fajnego? Spawacz łukowy. Super.
See you around.
Jakieś materiały miałeś, tyle dobrze. To jest Galbank, tam jest loża. Może tam? Nie, tam się do tego wnatu wchodziło. Nie wiem gdzie, dobra. Wejdę do tego transportu publicznego i lecimy już stąd.
Keep your nose clean. Last thing I want is to charge you for a DP.
I told him it was a bad idea. If I ever met anyone like that, he just wouldn't listen. I read an article about the
Viewpoint.
I finally saved up enough.
You will be
Give me a
scanned to
table.
enter the city.
Understood.
Hi there.
The things people do to their poor, poor ships.
Need some work? We're asking everyone to. Nothing for us to do. I'm sure you can find. Anything I can help you with?
O, dobra, kokpit. Uff. Przenieś. Ekwipunek. Zasoby. Przenieś. No i super. Trzymamy to. Dobrze, to będzie wszystko. W ten sposób zakończyliśmy 𝗖̱cie storyline, więc mamy tę frakcję za sobą. Dziękuję, do usłyszenia. Cześć. Dziękuję bardzo za oglądanie mojego materiału. Mam nadzieję, że on się podobał. Jeżeli wam się spodobało, pamiętajcie, żeby kliknąć kciuk w górę, zasubskrybować i kliknąć dzwoneczek. Wszystko, aby zawsze być na bieżąco. Jeżeli macie coś do napisania, napiszcie komentarz, dzięki temu będę wiedział, że jesteście, że wam się podoba i przede wszystkim, że chcecie, żeby tych materiałów pojawiało się więcej. Dodatkowo, jeżeli chcecie się wdzięczyć za to, co robię i podoba wam się moja praca, pamiętajcie, że możecie kliknąć w moją nazwę, wejdziecie do strony głównej mojego kanału, kliknąć opcję wesprzyj i za 2 zł, 10 albo 30 zostaniesz wspierającymi według waszej tutaj chęci i potrzeby oddania trochę tej dobroci w moją stronę. Dziękuję bardzo za oglądanie, trzymajcie się, do usłyszenia i życzę wam miłego. Bardzo serdecznie dziękuję wszelkim wspierającym za to, że jesteście. Dziękuję tym, którzy byliście wspierającymi i dziękuję wszystkim tym, którzy po tym właśnie filmiku zdecydowaliście się na wsparcie. Przede wszystkim to nie jest tak, że wspieracie osobę, która ma tysiące widzów. Wspieracie małą społeczność, której dzięki każdej osobie z was, każdej złotówce, którą mi przelejecie, każdym 2 złotym, które jesteście wspierającymi ptasiakami, za każdą tą jedną osobę bardzo serdecznie dziękuję i za każdą tą złotówkę dziękuję, ponieważ dzięki temu po prostu mam chęci, mam motywację i przede wszystkim mam dodatkowe finanse, które pozwalają utrzymać ten kanał i utrzymać wszystko, co się wokół niego dzieje, włącznie z kosztami prądu, kosztami kupowania nowego sprzętu, kupowania nowych gier i w ogóle całego czasu, które spędzam, czy to nagrywając, czy to streamując i czy to, jeżeli w przypadku wielu sytuacji rozmawiając i wspierając osoby, które w jakiś sposób czują się gorzej, więc moja działalność jest bardzo szeroka i cieszę się, że doceniacie ją. Jeżeli ktoś z was czuje się gorzej i chciałby ze mną porozmawiać i ma jakieś takie problemy, możecie do mnie napisać, zagadać, wszystko na Discordzie, a link do Discorda w opisie.